Hi, my name is John Dooley. I'm with Microsoft. I want to thank you for attending the Accelerated Demo Workshop. This is part of our Road to Repeatability video training series. A key goal of Road to Repeatability is improve ERP selling velocity and efficiency by deploying a standardized sales process and content. We also want to empower a partner sales team to accelerate opportunities by driving technical demo content to the web, enabling a more agile customer self-service process. This is a three-part series. Part 1, we're going to review some of the changes to the ERP marketplace and the buying process, and how you need to adjust and adapt how you sell, and tools that can help you with the transition. Part 2, we'll review the tools. We'll demo the dynamic demo engine, review the technologies that we use to streamline the demo process, and give you a high-level review of the steps in that process. In step 3, we'll focus on the configuration and the setup of the tool, a technical review of how it works under the hood, and then a detailed review of the process, ranging from storyboarding all the way to the web stream. Our primary goals are to provide an easy-to-use partner tool and a set of standardized demo interactive trial content to enable prospect self-service. We also want to accelerate your sales process and reduce the cost and the complexity to educate the prospect about our volume ERP solutions, and also to enable the partner sales team to connect with the prospect in a standardized way with dynamically configured content focused on prospects' interests and needs. Today, we do see changes needed for our business. The internet is changing how businesses buy ERP. The SaaS offerings are really designed for prospect self-service. They have the content today to enable a prospect to see the solutions and get a look and feel for the solutions. Traditionally, we do that through our partners with high-touch custom demos. That's just our traditional model, and we need to change that a little bit to be more responsive to the competitors and to what the prospects are seeking. Today, we really offer an incomplete set of content for a web-based prospect self-service selling model. We just don't have some of that. We really want to improve our ability and your ability to leverage this content on the web. We need to help partners change the selling process. There is a need to balance, a one-off demo that we invest a lot of time in with some standard reusable content. There is still be a need to do demos. We know that. But we do think that some of the standard reusable content can be leveraged across the organization, and on the web. And we want to help you build towards that. And so we need a framework. What we need to do is componentize the demo into snack size, smaller. We want to take that 90-minute demo and break it down into 9-10-minute demos and build that for reuse. There is a new way to do business that we see today. In the past, there's been a lot of margin and profit with prospects and customers. We could afford a lot of touch points. That really isn't the case today. We need to be more careful about how we control the resources that we put into our opportunity. We really need to drive some change, adapting to that. We want to build some new tools and some new process. That's our job to help you do that. We want you to re-architect your selling process, to support some efficiency and leverage the web for some customer self-service and education. That means that we have to drive some change within your sales process and drive some better collaboration across the partner organization, from sales and pre-sales to technical marketing all the way out to the web. And we really want to build some Microsoft content and technology to help you leverage that, and push that across your organization and build some content that we can push out to prospects. And finally, we really want to be very tactical. We want to build you some of the content and tools to help you enable this change. We have this idea of this bi-directional selling model. Traditionally, the partner, sells to the prospect. In that partner-led sales model, we'll do a quick qualify, We'll do some demos, maybe 2 or 3 demos, and then we'll try and do a close. What we'd like to do is begin to propose some prospects self-qualify on the web. Let them maybe do some own demo and structure that in a way that's geared towards them, and maybe shift from doing multiple demos to getting to a technical discussion. One of the challenges we have is getting technical people to be prepared to do a demo. I know the technical people are happy to talk about our solutions, and maybe if we just get them on the phone and we can talk through some of the specifics of an opportunity or a prospect, and then follow up with them with some proof, and really just look to handle that in a more efficient process where we enable the prospect to do some of that self-service themselves. So one of the, we're going to try and change some of the roles of what we do. We want to ask the pre-sales people to build and deliver standard demos. That gives us the ability to have reusable content. If you're in pre-sales, if you can repeat that, we can have fewer demos. We can shift that introduction, the basic demos, over to the web. It also allows our pre-sales people to be focused on priority opportunities, some of the bigger opportunities and the more complex ones. And we really also want to drive a standard set of expectations, back to the sales team that says, okay, we'll do, this set of demos, and we know what that is, and that's easy for us to deliver that. We don't have to spend a lot of time getting prepped for that, and we're not going to wander around. We're going to go through a fixed path with that. Salespeople like this because it allows them to be more responsive to the prospect's needs. A lot of times a prospect just wants to see an introductory type demo, and it's hard for us to schedule that 2 weeks out and still seem responsive to the prospect. So if we can leverage some repeatable content there in an instantaneous way, do an easy introduction demo, it really enables the salesperson to kind of run the ball a little bit more. And the more that we can push to the prospect, that we can actually qualify faster and make that investment in the opportunities that seem to make best sense. The marketing folks now have a standard process to get some technical content from the teams. I talk with marketing people all the time, and they're really interested in leveraging some of these web-based videos and technical content, but it's hard to get that from the technical teams. What we want to do is make that dynamic and make it bite-sized. If we have smaller chunks of that and we can dynamically assemble that and put that into video content and add some partner branding, that allows the website to be geared more towards the prospect's needs and flexible to what they're looking for. And finally, the prospect is really interested in web-based research. We see that a lot. A lot of the websites are very active, nights and weekends, when a prospect can do it on their schedule. And they're really looking for a differentiated experience. They want a good experience on the web. When we go and buy things on the web, we buy from that experience, what the reviews are, what the evidence is. They're really seeking a criteria for a go, no-go for a Microsoft Dynamics solution and a partner, and they eventually will pick a partner because that's how we sell through. And if you have a good experience on the website, then they'd be more inclined to call you, and if you make their selection process more informative and easier, then you'll rise above the rest. So the goal is simpler demos, more predictable, more dialogue, less demo. For sales, repeatable content, an efficient sales process, and an ability to differentiate the selling process, through the early part of that sales process. Getting click to learn, type content out on the web, what's branded to your specific, IP and your own brand, on your website, and really drive an easier buying process. And also the ability for the prospect to share this information to others in the organization. A key investment in the road to repeatability this year is around tools. I want to introduce you to the Dynamics Demo Engine, nicknamed Dynamo. The goal of this is to offer an easy-to-use tool for sales and pre-sales to dynamically render content relevant to a prospect. What it is a configurator that will go through a series of steps to configure a live demo image, as well mirror that with recorded content. So it's kind of a play on words here, a dynamic demo engine. What we want to do is get to a standardized live demo with scripted steps. So it's predetermined, it's in the tool, it's broken down into smaller components, 5 to 10, 15 steps that we can dynamically assemble. What we do is we push that automatically into the GP image, in the live image, and that becomes our pre-sales workbench. So this is an easy way for pre-sales people to dynamically build and then present, in an easy to follow series of steps, and also be able to select in or out relevant things that they maybe want to show. And the tool will keep track of the number of steps and then the time to do that. Once we get this standardized format, we then can over the wall it to record it into standard demos. And so we are building out a series of demos that are from this tool inside of DemoMate that we can push over into recorded URL content. And that becomes our salesperson workbench. What we do is we push that over into DemoMate, and we'll dynamically render the same demo in DemoMate that we configure or select inside of the tool that goes to the image. So we can have one set of standard content ranging from live, to DemoMate to video. So that becomes USB content, and the advantage in this is we can put that on a file stick and leave behind or share that out, and people can walk through the demo with a voiceover and some of the advantages that we get to visually show the power of the software through things like a tutorial. So with the DemoMate video tutorial, again, we can mirror that same demonstration, make that available on USB content, or as well URL content where we can share that off over the web for a tutorial engine. And the final step is we have of the sales workbench that lives on the desktop. Basically, it's Excel that has a series of links that are dynamically configured, is email. And it allows you to configure a mail based on the selected criteria of the tool. We can also include demo scripts, case studies. So if Microsoft has some case studies or you have some of your own case studies, we'll actually send a vCard. The tool supports a couple of personas, and we'll send a vCard over, and we also will create a calendar appointment for a technical engagement a few days from now to get on the calendar of the prospect inside of a mail. I'd like to do a quick recap of our goals from what we just saw. What we want to do is build an intelligent and dynamic guided trial-like experience for partners to easily deliver and for prospects to view over the web. The tool contains a library of standard demo content that's built in small blocks to be dynamically reassembled, from the live demo to the web for self-guided tour and videos. We have a framework for the capture and the reuse of the sales demo content for partners to build upon. We want you to leverage ours, brand ours, and add your own. We're providing a starter pack of Microsoft content to help you get started, and some tools and video training like this to help you get started and understand the possibilities. I'd like to do a quick review of the tools that we leveraged as part of this tool set. The first is the dynamic demo engine itself. It's basically Excel with a little bit of macro supporting some of the things that we link to and do. Part of that is the pre-sales workbench, which is linked to the image, so it's inside the image, and there's a switch that determines whether it's integrated or not. And then there's the sales workbench, which is desktop based, and it does not require the demo image. It just uses some of the recorded content that we have of the DemoMate, and also of some of the video URL content links. We do leverage DemoMate DemoMate is a output mechanism for us, and it's also a throughput mechanism where we actually will stream, over to some video streaming that's non-Silverlight based. So it's a capture point for us, and it's also a point of branding for you. So what we do is we have a library of demos that are rendered, from the image, basically mapped to the image and to the tool. And there's a couple of options for what DemoMate calls packaging. It's basically a distribution. So we package for distribution, which puts it out on a file, on a USB drive, or for tutorial, which will render a movie in Silverlight that we can host in a couple different places, including on your website. It's also a place where we do enhancement for the audio, so we do the audio voiceover, and you can do your own audio voiceover. In fact, we encourage that. And then also do some partner branding. So what we want to do is build you some of the basic content and then allow you to enhance that with your own branding, so you have your own unique presence, maybe similar content, but it's unique to your organization and how you want to present it. It also becomes a source for our video streaming content. We use, we need some video capture and some editing software. I use Camtasia. I really like Camtasia. It's a really powerful, really nice tool set for recording video and enhancing video and distributing it. And we leverage it for non-Silverlight based streaming. I also want to talk a little bit about some of the URL destination and source that we leverage in the demo as well. We leverage Demo Showcase, which is a Microsoft site that you can put Silverlight up. So as part of MPN, you have access to this site. So if you create a Silverlight demo in DemoMate with the tutorial feature that has the click-throughs and the audio, you can put it up there and share that and get an embedded link and actually point that on your website back to our website, so you can have a really nice interface. As well, you can put some of this on your own website as well. The other thing we do is we output demo scripts, which is just another mechanism to view the demo. If I don't want to watch a video or do the tutorial, I can just flip through the demo script. So each of the demos that we configure, we also provide a demo script link for that as well. And that could be a link that you put up on a SkyDrive folder, which in public folders, where you can actually render that, on the web through an HTML5 rendering. So if you have a Word demo script doc, you can put it up there. There's also other sites I use one called SlideShare. You can put PowerPoints out there and docs and PDFs. And then I'm also leveraging YouTube for some of the streaming. One of the things I find is the high-def streaming is actually advantageous just for the quality, so that you can see some of the screens have fairly small interface look to them, and it's just a way that you can make it full screen and have pretty good resolution, so that someone has a good experience with the video as well as the audio feed. As we wrap up part one here, I just want to spend a minute and talk about the experience that we're searching for and what some of the output options are. I think it's important that we really drive for quality buying experience. I think that we see some videos that are out there today that maybe we could do a better job on, and also I'd like to look at them. See the consumer, be the consumer. Would you buy from this? Is this informative for you? Is it too long? Are there a couple of options to view it? The other thing I think about is that people buy from people, and I don't want to make this just web only. I think if we have the ability to inject some of the strength of what our channel, what our partners sell through, people buy from people. Let's not lose that and make it so sterile that there's no interactive. Let's find a model that is interactive. When you think of that interactive experience, it's a real challenge to actually do a live trial. To take our demo images and move them up. We've tried to do that over the years, and it's really mixed. Our software is complex. It's easy to get lost. You can wander around and not have a good experience. I think that we need to go to a guided trial, a kind of a fixed path demo that's informative, that has an interactive experience. Click here. Someone speaks, tells you something. Click here. So you feel immersed in the software. And it's informative for you. I do think video is a good outlet for us. I think that we really want to have a flexible playlist that's not too long. I think we build shorter demos. We try and make that in an easy to consume way, and be cognizant of what we're asking people to watch. How long will someone watch a 90-minute video for? I'm not sure. I think shorter might be better. And then the other thing we're outputting is the demo script. We do that as an option to say, if I don't want to do the tutorial, I just want to do a quick and easy overview, get a look and feel. The demo script is fine for that. I can have an output of the screen, a little bit of talking points, and I might even use that as a mechanism to qualify in to say, oh, this looks interesting. Let me go watch the video or play with the tutorial. So it's really just trying to make sure that we have an interactive experience that's a quality buying experience. The other thing is be unique. Prove that you understand their desire in the process and brand it. I think that we can use this as a strong selling mechanism to differentiate your organization, that you understand how these systems work, and really seek to get the best information to the prospect in the easiest way. All right, as we come to the close on part one, first, thanks for watching. If you've made it this far, the goals we had was to just talk about some of the changes in the marketplace and get you thinking about adjusting how you sell and how we might be able to help you do that, and kind of cover it off on some of the tools. Part two is going to just show us a demo of the tool, and then we'll review the technologies in a more detailed way, kind of beginning to end, and through the kind of a high level steps for the process. Thanks for watching.